Those two look... Ah! It's Ippei and Shinojo! Guess them? Anyway, let's go say hi. Hi, Ippei. Hi, Shinojo. What do you guys do?
Oh, it's you. Thanks so much for your help last time. I was just ordering some clothes when I ran into him.
You know these two as well?
Yes, they helped me and Master Kamaji out a great deal last time. I've never had the chance to say thank you. What about you? How do you know them?
Also a chance encounter. Our lady had them join us as additional guards for a goods escort in order to sneak out of Rito undetected.
So we all know each other, huh? What a...
Not exactly. We've only just met. We both came here to order some clothes and got to chat. Somehow we ended up on the topic of Master Kamaji and Lady Hiragi's relationship. Wait, it's okay to talk about that.
It's probably fine. They've known about it for a long time already.
Oh, yeah! Paimon remembers those two had a thing. In fact, that was why Chisato wanted us to deliver a letter. That's old news, though. So why does it come up now? Are they taking the next step or something?
We have reason to suspect that they'll be getting married soon.
Wow, that's great! They can finally make it official!
Of course, this is just personal speculation. They haven't announced anything, and we wouldn't dare to ask.
I was instructed to place an order for some formal wear for a big banquet. Turns out that Ippei received the exact same instructions as I did.
They're both preparing for a banquet at the same time. They're both purchasing the kind of fine wine and confectionery normally reserved for big festivals. It's hard not to put two and two together.
Lady Hiragi has been in high spirits recently, and I heard she's on a diet as well. Surely it's all for the wedding.
This is wonderful news! But,
What's wrong? Oh, don't mind me. She's about to be happily married to the love of her life. I genuinely couldn't be happier for her.
Right? I think so too. It's fantastic.
Yes, but we shouldn't let ourselves get overexcited. What if it's all a big misunderstanding? As things stand, we have no actual proof of a wedding. Now, if they sent me out to deliver wedding invitations, that would be a different story.
Shinoju doesn't look like he's taking this very well at all.
Sorry, I'm ashamed to be so out of sorts at work. I'm not living up to my responsibilities, either to the Kanjo Commission or to my
Are you worried about their wedding?
Not exactly, it's just... everything feels kind of up in the air until they make it official.
I get what you mean, I really do. We need this wedding to be set in stone.
What should we do? Should we just straight up...
I don't know, that seems a bit rude.
Right! If Ayaka knows about it, that means it's a sure thing!
I don't think it's a good idea to bother the Yashiro Commission about this.
It's fine. She and Ayaka are practically best buds. There's nothing to worry about.
I see. Then thank you. Thank you very much. Having a definite answer will stop my...
Let's go to the Kamisato...
This place impresses me every time.
We'll just wait here. We don't want to cause...
Ayaka wouldn't mind.
Honestly, even if we did come with you, we wouldn't know what to say or do once we were inside.
Alright then, we won't be...
Without looking at the board, you've ruined my strategy in one move. Amazing. Now what should I do next?
Ayaka, Toma, it's us!
Hey guys, it's been a while. If you're looking for my lady, I'm afraid she's not here right now.
Oh? That voice. Toma, would that happen to be the traveler?
Yes.
Greetings, traveler. Ayaka speaks of you constantly. Finally, today is the day. I am head of the Kamisato clan and Yashiro commissioner, Kamisato Ayato. Greetings, both. I have long been indebted to you on my sister's behalf. Finally, I have the chance to express my profoundest. Ayaka is out today. If you are here regarding anything related to the
Oh, hi. Your flattering words flatter us. Please excuse the suddenness of our visit, for it is most improper etiquette.
Why on earth are you talking like that?
Well, he seems like a pretty powerful person. He's already working his way up Paimon's list of people to never mess with. Look, as soon as he stands up, the whole atmosphere in the room changes, and it feels like you gotta be...
You shower me. There is no need to be quite so formal. This is a private residence, so please.
Oh, good. Because that whole spiel was really tiring just now. Alright, now that that's over, we heard a rumor that Kujo Kamaji and Hiragi Chisato are gonna get married soon. Do you know anything?
Oh? I wouldn't have thought you'd heard about that yet. I see. Well, it's true. It wasn't long ago that I received the news myself. The head clans of 2 commissions are to become joined through marriage. This is big. Since the Yashiro Commission presides over cultural and ceremonial affairs, it closely involves us too.
Yes. And since the commissions are kind of the face of the Almighty Shogun to the masses, this wedding is one that we have to treat as a serious...
Right! Makes sense. Ah, 2 true lovers becoming husband and wife. What a happy occasion.
It is. High-profile matrimonial links between 2 commissions are extremely rare. But these 2 truly love each other. Tradition should give way to freedom in this.
All right then. I'll be sure to pay them a visit to send the best wishes of the
No need. I'll visit them.
Huh? But
This is a marriage between the Kujo clan and the Hiragi clan. The Kamisato clan must... The work of the Yashiro Commission is indeed multifarious. Normally, weddings and other ceremonies would come under the supervision of my sister, but she is presently occupied with other matters, and I happen to have a little time to spare. This will be a good chance for me to pay a visit to the bride and groom. Oh, and would you 2 care to join me? I presume you 2 have a special connection with the individuals in question, or you would not be quite... This being the case, why not come and offer your best wish?
Oh, it's not as interesting as you make it sound. No special connections here. Super ordinary ones, actually. We just agreed to help deliver a letter this one time, that's all. Although wait, does that mean we helped make this wedding happen? Alright then.
I cannot thank you enough. Your mere presence shall surely...
Wait, you're the Yashiro Commissioner, but you can't do small talk?
Small talk is a chore. Of course, there are some people in the world who quite enjoy doing chores, but I am not one of them. Toma, I'm heading out with my 2 guests now. I'll...
not a problem. Take care.
Ah, you're finally...
Yashiro Commissioner!
They're friends of ours. Paimon will do the introduction.
So it's true. Well, there we have it. That's it then. So be it.
Great, so our hunch was spot on. It is a little inappropriate for me to have shared news of this magnitude with you. So I would be much obliged if you could keep...
Don't worry, sir. We give you...
That puts my mind at ease. Now, on the topic.
Of course not.
I guess this is where I... Goodbye then.
Aw, cheer up, Shanojo.
I'll try.
All right, then. Please excuse me. I'll leave you to it.
Okay. Thanks, Ippei. I apologize that your impromptu visit comes at a busy time for us, Commissioner. Otherwise, you can be sure that we would have prepared a...
I don't mean to impose, Sir Kujo. In fact, I heard the good news about yourself and Lady Hiragi. What a glorious marital alliance this shall be. Given the close ties between our clans, it seemed only right that I should come and offer the Kamisato...
I'm truly honored. I hope the news didn't come as too...
Hey there! We came to congratulate you as...
Since the incident with the Takatsukasa clan, things in the Tenryou Commission have slowly... I'm still acclimating to the position of acting head of the clan. I just hope I'm up to the...
You're far too modest. The public thinks very highly of you. They say you're hardworking, upright, and responsible.
I'm flattered, but I wouldn't have achieved anything without the support of my people. Thanks to them, everything is gradually stabilizing. And I...
Well, you're certainly making big progress in that department.
Come on now. You're embarrassing. Pardon me.
It's perfectly all right. Please, continue. It's a joyous occasion. Light-hearted is exactly how things should be. Really, who stays stony-faced when talking about a wedding?
You're right. But I am curious to know, what's your honest opinion on the whole thing? Do you think it's...
Of course not. Where there is true love, nothing should be allowed to... No doubt people will offer you a colorful variety of opinions. But of course, you will have factored this into your decision, and I'm sure you are prepared for...
Indeed I am.
So, please be confident. When your mind is made up, nevertheless, there is just one small...
Please, go ahead.
You've been working hard to bring the Tenryou Commission in line. This is positive, and no doubt the beginning of important change. But on the other side of this equation, Lady Hiragi's father, Hiragi Shinsuke, if you choose now, of all moments, to announce a marriage between the Hiragi and Kujo clans, the kinds of rumors that may begin to spread both among the general public...
Yeah. Couldn't have put it better myself, Sir Kamisato. This has been my... Hiragi Shinsuke is firmly against me having any contact at all with Chisato. In the past, we've always had to communicate in secret by sending letters. So although now may not look like the best timing for this marriage, it may well be the only opportunity.
Oh, that guy? Yeah, he acts like this sweet old man, but he was determined to make as much trouble for us as possible. Oh, he is though.
I can see where you're coming from. But you're only postponing the problem, not solving it.
Yes, I'm well aware of that. But since Chisato had the courage to ask me to marry her in spite of everything, how can I Well, sort of. She raised the idea in a letter, and after some initial hesitation, I went to meet her and have a serious conversation about our future. It's funny, actually, because when I formally proposed to her in person, she denied having ever written that letter.
Huh? Really?
She didn't say. She just acted confused by the whole thing. She really committed to it. I'll never forget the look on her face.
Oh.
Anyway, as her boyfriend, I knew she was just pretending, so I played along and said, I was only joking about the letter. And after making some disgruntled noises about me making a stupid joke, she blushed and said yes. We spent that afternoon working through all the details.
Okay. So you discussed it and decided...
We did. I guess it was a chance to... And you know what? I think it was about. No matter what happens next, I will always be there for her as the one person she can all.
Oh, give me a break. Sorry, but Paimon's been wanting to say this the whole time. Is it just this dude, or does everyone in love act like this?
Apologies, my friends. And also to Sir Kamisato.
Far from it. On the contrary, seeing you so positively smitten puts my... No surer evidence could there be of your true feelings and your... I wish you a joyous wedding.
Yeah, even if it's kinda irritating to see you all smug like this, it's still a happy occasion. Good luck on the...
Thank you all.
We have some other business to attend.
Very well. I'll see.
He seems busy. That must be true for anyone about to get married, right? It's a happy kind of busy, though.
You're right. Kujo Kamaji is on cloud. What do you think, traveler? He chalked it up to her being coy, but that doesn't sound like the Hiragi Chisato. It bothers me also. But, unfortunately...
Yeah, how come? Whenever we come across stuff like this on our adventures, we always find a way to get to the bottom of it.
I see. So that's how it... In my opinion, we face two obstacles in this case. Firstly, we have very little information to go on, and I must be cautious about taking a stance. Secondly, and more importantly, the person involved doesn't... If we intervene without his blessing, good intentions...
You do have a point. Kamaji doesn't seem worth...
Everything in the world is intertwined. What looks like a simple outcome is often the result of multiple conflating reasons. Seeking the full truth would be a long and laborious process. Sort of. I have to take this approach, or the work of the Yashiro Commissioner would never be done. My opinion is something like this. When something strange happens, instead of trying to find out what could have caused it, it is better to look at the situation itself. If the outcome is positive, and no one was deceived or harmed in the process, then it is accepted. We don't know yet. After all, we don't know. I have to say, I'm impressed by your ability to zero in on the issue from such a short meeting. Most insightful of you. You are thorough and thoughtful, just as my sister describes.
Huh? But Chisato and Kamaji have already...
Only if we are to take Kujo Kamaji at his word. But there are two sides to it. I wish to know Hiragi Chisato.
Huh.
Don't worry about it. I was planning to visit the Hiragi clan to deliver my best wishes anyway. Let's take the opportunity. If she's as committed as Kujo Kamaji, perhaps they can... Well, life isn't always a
There is still much to prepare for the wedding. Should we also invite some prominent business leaders who frequent...
At the very least, we should send...
I agree. Ah, hello there, Yashiro Commissioner. To what do we owe the honor on this fine day?
As it happens, I'm here regarding the same wedding I believe I heard you discussing just... Would Lady Hiragi happen to be available?
All lady is entertaining guests right now, and...
But please, do come in. We will arrange some...
Hey! Paimon is not in attendance!
You misunderstand. We don't wish to impose. Apologies for the interruption while you're busy with preparations.
Nonsense, Commissioner. No imposition at all. This wedding is a joyful occasion. We're merely doing the best we can to make this wedding...
When the time comes, we'll invite everyone in the clan and even...
That sounds splendid. We'll leave you to it.
Take care, Commissioner.
Seems like you guys talked a lot without actually saying anything.
Hence why I dislike small talk. Our timing was not ideal, but never mind. I spotted a stall on our way over where we can pat.
Oh, it's Tomoki!
Ah, it's you. Seems like you're always showing up with.
Oh? So you know the owner as.
Yup, we tried his dango milk a while back with the almighty Shogun and even...
Ah, I see. I'd caught wind of this dango milk, but I didn't know that it had anything to do with you two. I always order one of his creative drinks whenever I pass the stall. The flavor, when I noticed he'd set up shop in Rito,
Thanks to you all, my business is finally beginning to take off. More and more people are willing to give my... It gave me the confidence to decide that I'm going to stick to... On the one hand, I wanted more people to be able to try out my culinary creations. On the other hand, I wanted my customers to experience... So I gave it a lot of thought and finally...
Sounds interesting.
I've decided to give complete creative control to the customer. I offer all sorts of ingredients, and they pick and choose whatever they want to mix with their milk or tea. As well as dango, I now offer rice cake, purple potato balls, black sugar...
Do they really all go well with... hard to imagine, but...
What if I were to choose some ingredients you don't have here?
Well, I guess so. Any novel ideas you have, Commissioner, please feel free to tell me. I'll go buy the ingredients right. The whole idea was to let my customers express their creativity freely. So...
Excellent. There are lavender melon, seagrass, and sea gennard.
What? You wanna mix those?
I do indeed. What?
You really think that's gonna turn out tasting good?
It's all about the experience. The taste. Traveler.
Sounds like a risky choice.
3 milks with lavender melon.
No problem. Give me a second, I'll have them ready in just a... Here, your milk is ready.
Yep, just as Paimon suspected.
I think it tastes all right.
Your review seemed pretty positive, but...
Taste is your key concern.
Obviously! Tasty food and drinks are some of life's most important pursuits.
Well said. If I could say the same was true for me, I believe I'd be a very content... Yes. No one has unlimited energy, and I try to conserve mine. Having my sister attend public events in my stead, and having Toma as housekeeper has also been a great...
We're just passing the time here, though, right? Is there anything else to think about than what we're doing right now?
One or two things. Let's continue this discussion. I noticed something before we left the Hiragi clan's residence. No, it was just a small detail. Naturally, they responded that all other clans are happy, but...
What do you mean?
Hiragi Shinsuke is still in prison, meaning the Kanjo Commission is the least stable in the tri... Hiragi Chisato is the sole remaining pillar of her clan, but now she plans to marry into the Kujo clan. If I belong... But they didn't mention a word about that. They simply said they were delighted for them. These are not unintelligent. I imagine they didn't want to discuss family issues in front of outsiders. But still, the more I think back over that conversation, keep a close eye on them,
Yes, sir.
Whoa! Where did you come?
This is one of my most trusted members of the Shumatsuban.
Merely doing my
Keep a close watch on the clan representative.
well received.
Oh, and I almost forgot. That milk I just had? Please order one.
As you wish, sir.
Oh no, poor Toma.
Sir Kamisato, Lady Hiragi's previous engagement is now...
Thank you kindly. Let's go and see Hiragi.
Hi, nice to see you again, Chisato.
I heard that Sir Kamisato had brought some guests, but I didn't know it was...
It's been a while, Lady Hiragi.
This is a rare privilege, Sir Kamisato. It is not often that I have the chance to meet you, let alone here in the comfort of my own home. You must be so busy. Thank you so much for taking the time.
But of course, the Tri-Commission are the servants of the Shogun, and we should look out for one another. In fact, we visited Sir Kujo just now. It's clear that he's very much looking forward to the wedding. Perhaps his joy is infectious, for I am now feeling rather elated myself. I sincerely wish you a joyful wedding and a blissful...
This was not an easy decision to make. We will both have to work harder from now. I'm sure the news will cause something of a stir. But come what may, we will stand as one, and...
Sounds like things are pretty tough for you to...
Yes. But Kamaji has been so supportive. His promises of...
It sounds like you have some considerable reservations.
Yes. Well, in case you were wondering, I was not actually entertaining VIPs just now. I was in fact meeting with one of the Kanjo Commission's officers, Shinojo.
Oh, really? Him?
Mm-hmm. He charged in all of a sudden and said that he had something very important to tell me. He didn't mince his words. Basically, he doesn't want me to marry Kamaji. He has always been a calm and contained person who never acts out of line. I was quite shocked to see him so but despite all that, what he was saying made a lot of sense. He thinks that now is a bad time for this wedding to happen. He pointed out that I am like the final pillar propping up my clan. If I marry into the Kujo clan, that pillar is taken away. There will no longer be a voice of authority in the Hiragi clan. And
it's just two families becoming one big family though, right? What's the...
Traditionally, in Inazuma, clan affiliation influences every facet. After the wedding, Lady Hiragi will belong to the Kujo clan. The Kanjo Commission's attitude toward you may undergo some significant...
Precisely. This is a terrible thing to be saying, but I'm starting to have second thoughts. Maybe I would... I'm so sorry.
No problem at all. The Yashiro Commission has a duty to listen to you. Now that I've heard your concerns, I should offer to help you as best I can. Now, we heard from Sir Kujo that his decision to tie the knot was prompted by a letter he received from you. But we've also heard that you did not write that letter. Sir Kujo thought that perhaps you were just being coy.
Again, Chisato?
I heard that Sir Kami...
It's been a while.
This is a rare privilege, Sir Kamisato. It is... You must be...
But of course. The Perhaps his joy is infectious, for I am now...
I'm sure the news will...
Sounds like they...
Yes, but
It sounds like...
Yes, in case you were...
Oh!
Mm-hmm. He didn't mince his words. He has all... But despite all... He pointed...
It's just...
Traditionally, after the wedding, Lady Hiragi will belong to the Kujo...
Precisely. I'm so sorry.
No problem. Now, but we've also heard that you did not write that letter. Sir Kujo...
What? But that was... It was just a prop in his playful proposal, wasn't it? It was clearly purpose-designed, what with all the...
Fancy lettering, you say? So I am to understand that had it not been for this letter, you two may not have chosen this moment to be wed?
When it comes down to it... Yes.
Sir Kujo maintains that the letter was penned by your hand.
Huh?
Either way, it's wonderful to see how much you both trust one another. In that sense, you could say that the origin of the letter is ultimately not of great importance. Who knows? Perhaps Sir Kujo was the one being coy.
I understand. As you say, ultimately, the origin of the letter doesn't matter, but my position does matter. Kamaji and I thought that we needn't worry about anything that lies ahead, because we can face it all together. But now,
Marriage is the most important decision of your life. Don't let yourself... It is also part of the Yashiro Commission's job to help people through difficult times. I say this as an advocate for you personally, and for the Hiragi clan. Please, do not be compelled by circumstances to make any decision that to be together with the one you love is a sacred thing. It is my earnest wish that both of you may enjoy a bright and beautiful future.
I'll take to heart every word you have said to me. I can't thank you enough, Sir Kami.
All that matters is that you follow your heart. Since you'll be needing some time to think things...
Oh, wait! Let me see.
Thank you, Lady Hiragi. But, Traveler...
Hiragi Chisato is on a totally different page than Ayato, why did you give her such vague suggestions? Couldn't you just have told her what you'd do in her position? 'Cause Paimon's pretty sure you have an idea.
I've said everything I can, given the Yashiro Commission's stance. Interfering too much with other commission's domestic issues will only create trouble. The more I think about it, the stranger this all seems. But Hiragi Chisato...
Strange?
Someone wants Hiragi Chisato to be married as soon as possible, and if my guess is right, it is someone from within the Kanjo Commission. Think about this. A lowly officer is greatly worried about Hiragi Chisato's future, while the heads of the supporting clans ostensibly... When someone's words and actions do not match, you need to infer their intentions from their behavior. Yes, it's a smart strategy. Far superior to the one adopted by the Tenryou Commission's Takatsukasa clan. Even had the forged letter failed and been seen for what it was, there would have been no repercussions. They could simply have explained it away as a misguided but well-meaning matchmaking. But if the letter were to achieve its goal, as it has so far, the perpetrator would successfully weaken the Hiragi clan without ever having to lift a finger against them. With Hiragi Chisato having married into the Kujo clan and the head of the Hiragi clan in prison, challenges to the Hiragi clan's leadership would begin to emerge throughout the ranks of the Kanjo Commission. Actually, we have evidence. His name...
Shinojo?
Yes, sir.
That's the second time you've done that! Paimon...
Did they take one of the Kanjo Commission officers away?
Yes. His name...
As I expected, they cannot afford to let this opportunity pass them by. They have to act now while the Hiragi clan is at its weakest. Hiragi Chisato had been persuaded by Kujo Kamaji, and the wedding was But, after Chisato's meeting with Shinojo, she began to have second thoughts. In their eyes, Officer Shinojo has interfered.
But why did they suspect him and not us?
Someone was eavesdropping on our conversation with Chisato the entire time.
No way! Whew. Lucky Paimon didn't say anything. But Chisato got what you meant about the letter, though.
I think so. But whoever is behind this will not allow their plan to fail now. They will not be inclined to respect Hiragi Chisato's... Her stance was so passive that she was easily manipulated. Treated like a pawn, with even her marriage becoming a battleground for political... Despite all of this, she still believed that a happy future was awaiting. When she formally marries into the Kujo clan, she will lose her title as daughter of the Hiragi clan, her position in the Kanjo Commission, and above all, her independence.
Marriage is such a trap.
Easier said than done. The perpetrators are manipulating everything from the shadows, letting unsuspect... We, meanwhile, are out in the open. If we attempt to stop this wedding from happening, we will become the villains of the story and face... At this stage, if the perpetrators wish to maintain control over the situation, their only option is to come out from the shadows and bare their fangs. But first things first, we must go and rescue Shinojo. Tell me where Shinojo is.
stop this.
It's the Yashiro Commissioner. Well, we take orders from our master. No.
Really?
Who goes there? Get them! Stabilize!
Let's light it up!
I must draw.
Get them!
Grow!
You cannot match my bravery!
Be still.
I've lost.
Gather!
Everyone hold hands!
Draw. Blast. We must report to Master right away.
Hey, get back here!
No need to follow them. We need bait to catch the fish any. I think I saw a key fall to the ground during the fight. Let's free Shinojo first. But in all the chaos, it must have been kicked to one side.
What the? It's a tanuki? Oh, don't tell Paimon that the tanuki...
Let's follow it and see.
Oh, thank the god!
Off we go! Yeah! Adventure time!
Thank you. Thank you. It was terrifying. They said they were gonna throw the cage into the sea. Oh, wait! You have to listen to me. Lady Chisato's wedding. It's all part of a scheme.
Calm down, Shinojo. It's okay, we...
Huh?
Our suspicions were roused to this possibility, and so far, everything is unfolded. Those behind this plan are not going to give up easily. They're...
Yashiro Commissioner, Your personal?
This situation has consequences for the whole Tri-Commission, and the stability of all Inazuma is at stake. My hitherto neutral... The almighty Shogun has always despised these pathetic power games. As a commissioner, I am a servant of the Shogun, and it is therefore my duty to handle these tiresome... Shinojo, don't return to your post yet. Traveler, Paimon.
Well, if it isn't the Yashiro Commissioner, I hear you showed up here with no explanation. You wouldn't happen to be carrying out some sort of secret...
I heard that someone was taking the law into their own hands. As a responsible official of Inazuma, I could not in good... Shinojo may be your retainer, but the law does not grant you the...
Abuse. Nonsense. I was just teaching him out of nowhere. A low-ranking officer decides to barge in on Lady Hiragi and start spouting out the most absurd and insulting nonsense one can imagine. But I dare say, the poor lady...
So, you're saying that you know absolutely nothing of the reasons for his actions? Because otherwise, why would you describe it as...
Two people from two different clans are getting married. That's all there is to it. And yet this young gentleman took it upon himself to fabricate a nonsensical disaster story around it. How should I... Even if she marries into the Kujo clan, Lady Hiragi will always be the daughter of the Hiragi clan, and the most distinguished... We are, and always will be, her loyal assistants. It's our loyalty and duty are our guiding principles. Not only did this guard show no regard for either, he went out of his way to upset our lady. How could, even if we put it down to a rare moment of impulsivity? I have to say, I'm surprised to see one of such noble standing.
Darn it! This guy is good. Annoyingly good.
Funny. I'm suddenly reminded of an anecdote I'd like to share with you. There's not been a dull moment since I took up my post in the Yashiro Commission. For instance, a merchant from abroad once told me about a curious kind of bird with the most extraordinarily long tongue. So long, in fact, that you can tie 2 knots in the portion of it that extends out of its beak. I'm sure someone as erudite as yourself could be able to guess what people do with these... You'd think, wouldn't you? But there's a catch. You see, this bird is of no use to humans whatsoever, and certainly doesn't make a suitable pet. If you catch one, the best thing you can do is actually cut its tongue off and throw... The reason they give is this. The longest tongue has the most to say, but don't be deceived as it chirps away, lest the song it sings lead you astray.
You... I say, Yashiro Commissioner, are you here simply to mock the Kanjo...
Far from it. In my mind, the Kanjo Commission is made up of honorable individuals, upright and forthright. It is unbecoming of such people to resort to lies, deception, and filibustering, all as part of a plan to remove Lady Hiragi from her position in the
Yashiro Commissioner, please don't make accusations.
The evidence is standing right in front of me, is it not? I have a credible witness who can confirm you were quick to try and make him disappear as soon as he said so. Ugh, dear me. I can't believe the Grand Matsura clan is now represented by someone with less of a sense of loyalty than even an ordinary servant. You studied hard and took a government position, only to make it to where you are now just to play these petty power games behind the scenes. I'm not sure whether it's because you're smart enough to play the system, or too foolish to know any better. In your years of service to the Shogun, not only have you managed to glean nothing good from the people around you, you have also let yourself be blinded by self-interest. And now you have ruined... I'm not angry, Mr. Matsura.
Is that right? Then tell me, if you're... This is at most a Kanjo Commission issue. We'll handle this... You are reaching rather outside of your bounds, Yashiro Commissioner. If you seek to involve yourself in other clans' affairs, might I be so bold, then, as to... I think you are simply opposed to an alliance between the Kanjo Commission and Tenryo Commission, because the new balance of power in the Tri-Commission would be a threat to you So you come here with an elaborate excuse to try and break up the...
So, that's how you view it. Well, I have to admit...
Let me be crystal clear. This wedding, the notices have already been sent out. Most of the public weren't aware that Kujo Kamaji and Hiragi Chisato were courting. But you can bet, it's all anybody's talk. Once the notices go out, that's it.
So I had expected you to at least be smarter than most. But it seems that I was gravely mistaken.
Kamisato Ayato!
You've made your move. Now,
what do you mean?
Do you seriously think this marriage will bring the Kanjo Commission and the Tenryou Commission together? Isn't it at all possible that the Kanjo Commission becomes marginalized as a consequence? Goodness me. Well, I've learned a great deal from talking to you.
Hey! What was all that?
They had their scheme, but fortunately I was prepared. As I said, they ended up coming out from the shop. Let's see how things are in Inazuma City.
Off we go!
Look at this. The daughter of the Kanjo Commission's Hiragi clan and the master of the Tenri...
Sounds like an all-around perfect match, don't you think?
For sure. I'm just surprised. It seems very sudden. I hadn't heard a...
Good luck to them, I say. I'm sure it must have been a hard...
Looks like the wedding is definitely going ahead.
It's still... But only if Kujo Kamaji is willing to help us.
Off we go! Adventure time!
Welcome. I just heard that the news of my wedding has been officially announced. It seems so sudden. I wasn't...
Yeah, about that,
I see. So
If you proceed with the wedding, the repercussions for you are likely to be minimal. But
I've previously considered this possibility. But in the end, we're getting married for...
I understand where you're coming from, but to be frank, or to put it another way, you have tacitly admitted that Lady Hiragi will need your help to get through the hard times ahead, which perhaps suggests that, deep down, you realize... I don't mean to criticize you. It is natural to want to protect our loved ones. You're an intelligent and gentle person, and I'm sure you would have been able to think about this more objectively were you not so... I'm sure you admire Lady Hiragi for being the independent... For the sake of marrying you, this wonderful woman will become someone who has to depend on you for the rest of her life. Are you really okay?
I love her with all my heart. That's why I cannot abide to see her suffer or be manipulated. Yashiro Commissioner, you're right. But it's too late now, isn't it?
I have a plan, but... Sir Kujo, in order for my plan to work, you and I must both play the role of antagonists. Are you willing to...
If there's a way to salvage this...
I've told the people at the Kanjo Commission that the marriage isn't going to unify the Kanjo Commission and the Tenryou Commission. On the contrary, it's a terrible idea that will marginalize the Kanjo Commission. The context for this is that they are planning to use this marriage to bring down the Hiragi clan. And the key to their success is coming up against no resistance to the marriage from the Tenryou Commission. But what if we were to imagine for a moment that since the affairs of the Vision Hunt Decree, the Tenryou Commission has been planning to make a move against the weakened Kanjo Commission. The only reason you have been hesitant to act since taking over the Tenryou Commission is because you care about... And so, your plan is to liaise with the Yashiro Commission, to marry her and bring her out of the Kanjo Commission once that is achieved. As the person in charge of the Tenryou Commission, you no longer have...
I see. This is an ingenious plan.
Exactly. Our purpose is to change Lady Hiragi's position from an unnecessary burden to an indispensable asset. By doing so, we can even strengthen her position. Once our adversaries realize how the network of connections behind the scenes really looks, they'll do their utmost to... Then, we simply leave them to clear up the mess they've created.
Got it.
So the network of
We have to make sure that the behind-the-scenes story comes to the attention of our... Matsura, with whom I spoke earlier, will now be fearing the worst. No doubt he'll be... In that case, he will almost certainly have placed informants throughout Inazuma City. What we need to do is to use these informants as a... Sir Kujo, there are certain... It's almost time. My ninja has located...
Off we go!
We're way behind schedule.
That person is one of Matsura's informants. Let's follow him.
Did you see that? Sir Kujo Kamaji just came past here with a huge group of people.
Could it be related to the wedding announcement?
Maybe, but from the look on his face, it seems like something much more serious. He and his men seem pretty intense at the moment. Isn't it all a bit excessive for a wedding?
The Tenryo Commission has sent a load of people to Rito. I guess it must have something to do with the wedding. I think in all there must have been about 100 people so far.
That doesn't sound good. What could be going on? I hope it's just Sir Kujo Kamaji being overcautious.
The
news is spreading fast, but it appears Master's fears may be well placed. There's no way they sent this many people just to escort the bride. I have to investigate.
He ran off!
As expected. Let's follow him.
Wow! It's like...
Excuse me, has something happened? I'm a businessman passing through, and it's a little disconcerting to see this place so
Please don't be alarmed. As I'm sure you've heard, Sir Kujo decided to send for Lady Hiragi ahead of time, and have her live in Inazuma City during the run.
I see.
We are here to clear the way for Lady Hiragi. Not just us, either. You'll see more Tenryou Commission members as you go further along. Sir Kujo holds Lady Hiragi in the highest regard, and wants to treat her with the...
I understand. Sorry to... Drat. It's exactly as Master... They say they're here to guard the road, but really they're poised to attack if Master doesn't allow Lady Hiragi to leave Wait, no. If Lady Hiragi does leave, they'll have all the more reason to strike. I must tell Master right away.
He ran off again!
That should do it. Now, we wait patiently for it to grow and ferment.
Are they really gonna own up and
If you're curious to find out, you can visit the Hiragi clan. I have some other business to attend to. So, in any case, we've made our move. This is... Well then, goodbye for now. I truly hope that things will work out in Hiragi Chisato's best interests.
He left kind of abruptly. Are things really gonna turn out like he... Paimon too!
It's so nice to de-stress.
These people from the Tenryou
I guess they're here to pick up Lady Hiragi.
I heard that the Kanjo Commission suddenly said they don't want to be honest. I'd be hesitant if I were her. A crowd this size
Shh, stay quiet. Someone...
Right.
Hello. How may I help? We arrived here 2 days ago to escort Lady... Sir Kujo Kamaji gave us very strict orders, so we have to obey. But every time we attempt to receive the bride, since we haven't fulfilled our duties yet, we decided to stay in Rito until Lady Hiragi... We apologize. We promise our presence here will not impact ordinary... If this stalemate continues, who knows?
How much longer does your master plan to hold them up?
I have no idea. We're stuck in... Master's been very on edge these past few days. He gets irate over the... I understand that he's anxious, but I mean, what can we...
Yeah, good advice. With him, if Lady Hiragi is really taken away, then what will the Tenryou Commission...
Maybe we should tell Matt...
Hiragi Chisato is now at the center of every conversation in Rito. By now, the Kanjo Commission probably knows how important she is. But what about what she thinks?
Oh, Traveler, I assume you've heard about everything that's been going on out there.
Don't worry, we can explain everything. So...
After the Tenryou Commission arrived, they suddenly became alarmed. They keep having secretive discussions and won't allow me to... I never would have thought that this was Sir Kamisato's plan. I'm sorry. Maybe there's no right or wrong decision. Maybe I used to tell myself things like this to avoid having to think about it. But once I saw the notices appearing out of nowhere, I didn't feel reassured at all. Instead, I keep thinking back to what Sir Kamisato said. This is supposed to be my... I can happily accept that if someone was trying to take advantage of my marriage, I should absolutely... But that's not the answer I'm looking for.
Ah, Lady Hiragi, here you are. You... Wait, what do you think you're doing here? Are you trying to convince...
Calm down. They're my friends.
Friends? Are you sure? Lady Hiragi, I told you already, these are... You are extremely important to us. Who's to say they don't have...
If you want to accuse us of trying to abduct her, just come out and say...
Don't be rude. You've been very highly strung... Listen to me. I know all the ins and outs of everything that's happened so far. The present state of affairs in Rito shows me that the situation has escalated well past the point where you could hope to control it. If this deadlock continues, this is not an order. All I need you to do...
Understood, my lady.
Good job, Chisato.
I was so nervous. But I thought things... Yes, well...
We had a serious discussion, and in all honesty, no one can handle... Ah, I'm so sorry. Would you please give us a second chance? For my ladies, I suppose you're the only person who can change the Tenryou Commission's mind. Will head off to the Kamisato. Lady Hiragi, might I ask you... By the way, aren't you a good friend of the Yashiro Commissioner? Please put in some good words for me.
We're way behind schedule.
Yashiro Commissioner, I'm sure you've heard the news. I realize I've greatly offended you with my atrocious action.
I'm sorry, Mr. Matsura. I'm exceptionally busy and have but a moment to spare before my next... So, please.
I know our apology means nothing to you, but we really have nothing else left to offer but Lady Hiragi is indispensable. So, would it be at all possible for you to talk?
You make it sound so easy. The Tri-Commission will be ridiculed by the public if we choose to withdraw the notices now and eat our words. To lose face for the Tri-Commission is to bring shame to Her Excellency. Are you and your associates ready to face the
We'll take full responsibility. We'll publish a new notice, and we'll do everything we can to...
But the Tri-Commission must always put the interests of Inazuma first. If the situation in Rito is left to fester any further, things may get out of control. If we fail to contain the situation promptly, the rumor mill... Try keeping a pet bird. You'll see what I mean. Songbirds who know how to hold a tune can be very pleasant to listen to. And as for the ones with excessively long tongues, well, they're so insufferable that they can't be kept as pets at all.
Yes,
I've listened to your concerns, and I'll talk to Sir Kujo for you.
I understand.
All right, you ought to return now.
Okay, then please
Ah, yes, Lady Hiragi. I have something.
Oh? Oh. Sir Kamisato, you became a
Unruly servants like him need to be severely reprimanded. As a commissioner, the almighty Shogun trusts me to do her will. But now...
Oh, please.
You must have heard that the Kamisato clan once went through an My father worked incredibly hard to compensate for the grave errors made by the Kamisato clan long ago, and restore our reputation. My mother loved him. This sudden turn of events dealt a heavy blow to the Ashiro clan. Everyone thought that the Kamisato clan had lost power. That made my sister and me nothing but burden. It may sound preposterous now.
Pretty similar to...
Back then, I had no choice but to accept the position I was in. While I desperately looked around for powerful supporters, I endured smear campaigns and attempts to I had no other choice. I had to honor my parents' dying wishes, and I also had a young sister. I didn't mind what became of me, but my family... No one can ever be allowed to trample. Fortunately,
I think I now know where my son... Shinojo once told me that he saw what was in me, in a way that no one else did. That's why he couldn't bear to see me live the rest of... I thought the reason I felt unsettled was because of uncertainty over getting married. But the fact is, it's because I felt too young and inexperienced to handle the...
The reason why Sir Kujo was able to face the prospect of marriage so confidently is because he's prepared for...
That's it. The situation when his clan was in crisis, he bravely drew his blade and challenged the almighty Shogun. It is time for me to...
Well said. I'm sure once you have grown and gained confidence, your father will be able to let go and allow you to decide how you want to live the rest of your life. It might not sound exciting, but this kind of personal...
And I'm sure I can get... I will use this as an opportunity to take over the responsibility. This puts less pressure on Kamaji, and means I can support and protect myself without having to worry.
My best wishes to both of you were and remain heartfelt.
Thank you, Sir Kamisato. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Take care, Lady...
Yes. In fact...
She really has the air of a leader now. Hats off to you too, sir. Everyone thought there was no way out until you pulled that super smart strat.
In fact, counter-checking is a perfectly common maneuver in the game of chess. Our rival this time was easy to deal with. He was smart, but short-sighted, and sloppy in his execution. This outcome is entirely with...
Even so, Paimon could never come up with a plan that cunning in a whole... Anyway, it's kind of a relief to see that Chisato has decided to set the Hiragi clan...
I agree. Stability in Inazuma benefits me as well. I wasn't about to pass up an opportunity. Well, perhaps for Master Matsura, power is his life's pursuit. A stable nation is the prerequisite for a stable Yashiro Commission. But human desire will always be all I have tried to do is make sure the three parties to the Tri-Commission serve to restrain each other. Stasis is not the only form of stability. A balance of power leaving no room for maneuver achieved. Another positive outcome is that everyone recognizes how important Lady Hiragi is now. Dealing with the Hiragi clan will be much easier for her than navigating a new...
There were so... wait a second! You weren't trying to stop the wedding from the very beginning!
I thought straight away it was bad timing. Nevertheless, everything I said to Hiragi... If you choose to give up your stance on something once, you'll be having to compromise. I didn't want to see her suffer because she didn't realize what... Now, she has the chance to become her own person.
Okay then, guess we'll have to wait.
All right. Farewell, and profuse thanks to you both. I shall have to host you at the Kamisato estate when my...
Looks like everything's resolved. Masterfully done. Everything was perfect. Well, except for one minor detail. I somehow ended up with a glass of very peculiar tasting...
Didn't you like it? I distinctly remember you saying you are quite partial to exotic flavors.
Oh!
The Traveler had one of those as well.
I'm sure she's made a great impression.
The Traveler did indeed play a critical role in this case. I'm sure both families would have been more guarded against me had she and her companion not been present. It wouldn't have been so easy to get to the
There you go again, my lord. Placing the focus on other people while discreetly performing your job.
Naturally. Ah, yes. Now that we're both free, let's finish off that game of chess we started a few...